Let the elders who rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those who labor in the word and doctrine. 1 Timothy 5:17. The management of the spiritual affairs of the church is in the hands of the session, the pastor, and the elders of a particular church. The presiding officer of the session and leader is the pastor in its councils and activities. This demands his earnest attention, for on their faithful discharge depends very much of the character and usefulness of the church. This would mean that the pastors have special oversight of elders in their charge, so that no elder or pastor is not in touch with the mission, spiritual well-being, and activities of the church as a whole. The elders ought to be leaders in all that is undertaken for the edification of believers, for the progress of the church, and for the promotion of objects of benevolence. The work among these men should be divided so that the pastor does not take on too much work at the neglect of preaching and praying. Murphy seems to think it's important to create committees for each area of the church, one for benevolence, one for prayer, one for the poor, one for Sunday school, one for work among strangers, etc. There is also the importance of the oversight of families, which, if there are many, elders should divide themselves as seem best to oversee them. The session should meet monthly and should consider the following as a plan for scheduled meetings according to Thomas Murphy's Pastoral Theology. Number 1, 20 minutes in devotional exercises. Number 2, reading the minutes of the last meeting. Number 3, excuses for absence from the last meeting. Number 4, reports of special committees. Number 5, reports of standing committees. Number 6, free conversation about the interests of the cause in the various districts in which they live. Number 7, any new business. And number 8, adjournment with prayer. The session is also responsible for discipline, taking care of church strife and any difficulties arising from the personal life or need of the pastor. The session should also oversee the finances of the church, and the pastor, as Murphy advises, should have as little to do with that as possible.